Well, and I think that here's how I address it. It's like in 2020, I could kind of answer that question and say, yeah, here's what we can do or here's what we should do. And we were there in D.C. We had over 1 million people there. And, you know, that was our way of saying, hey, look, there's never been a group assembled like this. We think that there was a lot of election fraud. We think they stole it from Trump. And, you know, we kind of failed in a way. I mean, they set us up. We didn't anticipate what ended up going down that day. And so they kind of ended up having their victory. And they stopped the investigation process because of it. But that was like, okay, then at that point in time, I was like, yeah, we can kind of control this thing. We can kind of steer this thing, and we can kind of say, okay, here's what needs to be done. This is bigger now. This is much bigger now. The Republicans know it. Trump's campaign knows it. It's bigger than us. It's bigger than our audience. So now it's like, I can't really, you know, it's hard for me to say, well, we need to do this if they steal it. We need to. It's so much bigger than us now. It's nationwide. It's in the GOP. It's in the RNC. It's in the Trump campaign. So I don't know. It's to me, it's like, I mean, you can talk about it, but it's like out of our hands. I mean, it's big. It's the entire country is going to see it, and I don't know. I don't know what happens. So it's like it's bigger than us now.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And you know, I thought I'd just call in and kind of refresh the map a little bit. And I'm sure the map's going to change probably 100 more times before election day finishes. And I mean, we're not even sure if they're going to be done counting votes by the end of election.
Yeah, right. Just count them until Harris wins. Yeah.
Yeah. But all in all, that's all I wanted to call in today. Kind of put in a little bit of the refill. I also want to thank you for my Price 15 hoodie sweatshirt from your own Schroyer show on Rumble. I wear it proudly, telling everybody that I'm America first and Christ is King. And on that note, I really look forward soon to seeing a debate between Nick Blanket and any one of y'all at Awards or with Alex.
Hey Matt, what up, buddy?
I don't agree with all his assessments and his plans of kind of holding the vote.
Yeah, that's
that I'm in disagreement with. But I think he puts forth a great policy agenda for the future of the American right, for the future of the Republican Party, and what it truly means to be America first.
You can't have enough debate. You know, that's my theory. I really enjoy debate because I feel strongly about my beliefs, my ideas, you know, how it translates to policy, whatever. So I'll always be willing to debate. We need more political debate, not less. And the reason why the left runs from political debates is because they just can't win. I mean, it's really just that simple. All right, thank you for the call, Tim. Let's go to Jeff in Indianapolis. Jeff, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hello, Owen Schroyer. How are you tonight?
I'm good, brother.
Great, man. Hey, I see you're carving that pumpkin. About how much longer you got? You think you're going to get done by the end of the discussion?
We got about 10 minutes left. I'm trying to get my my pumpkin is really finished here. I just need to get the candle situation finished.
Yeah, be sure, make sure you get all the stuff out of the inside, because that's the hardest part.
Yeah, well, I can't. It'll take too long, so I'm just going with what I got here. If you've been watching, you can see the mystery's kind of over of what I did here.
I see, yeah. Hey, well, I was going to call about that. It looks like you're done, but the main thing is paper ballots, paper ballots, paper ballots.
Yeah, shouldn't be even a debate. And the Democrats used to complain about election machines, and, you know, they quit complaining when they realized, oh, the only way we win is by stealing it. Then all of a sudden they quit talking about the real issues.
All these other countries can do paper ballots. I don't know why we can't do just paper ballots.
And count it in a single day, too.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to do a plug real fast for your X3 and your X2 and your InfoWars store.
Okay.
That stuff's great. That stuff is just great.
No doubt about it.
And actually, everything you got there is great. So I suggest everybody go and get what they can there, and also your Alex Jones store over there too.
Appreciate that, Jeff. Thank you for the call. Let's go to Lou in Florida. You're on the air, Lou. Go ahead.
Hey, Owen. I hope you're doing a Trumpkin.
We'll reveal it in a second here. We got a bit of, I don't know how we're going to
Anyway, what I wanted to say, I know you were in a good mood earlier in your show, and I hope I don't blow that. But yes, the RNC is more on top of things. But I'm listening to Jeff Clark right now, who happens to be with inDOCtriNATIONlive. And I'm doing with Jamie Raskin. And it's pretty scary because Bark has assembled a legal team nationally that is just going to, wreak hell and fire on anybody who's trying to claim there's a problem with this election. People are going to get scared again.
Oh, for sure.
Not just polls, but people.
Look at what they did. Look at what they did to the people in 2020. I mean, I got a story here. Bob's Burgers voice actor gets a year in prison for role in January 6th. And they say because he was not remorseful for believing the election was stolen, prosecutors cited lack of remorse for his year prison sentence. Lack of remorse. So yeah, I mean, of course, we know what the Democrats are going to do. We know what the Democrats are going to do if they get in power.
Well, here's the thing. If Trump wins, and I think this election is so messed up now, I don't even know how to go to this election. Seriously. I mean, if you talk state by state, each state has its own different issues and problems of the deal. So, yes, 1,000 comes into play. But if it gets to go, okay, Raskin and Alliance are prepared to go for Trump and the insurrection. This is a huge thing because he's already been accused once by not correcting.
Well, that's Raskin's plan. He's literally said it. I had it in my video list today. But yeah, Raskin has kind of spilled the beans, and that's their plan. If Trump wins, they're going to refuse to certify. I mean, it's going to be beautiful because it's going to be on January 6th, and who knows what else they try to pull. But yeah, on January 6th, the Democrats are going to refuse to certify Donald Trump on January 6th. I mean, you can't even write a better script than that.
Absolutely, but they have details, apparently. Jackson is already he's already been whacked by Cannon here in Florida for being an illegitimate appointment anyway. So I don't think he's going to be big in the picture. But when you get a lot of with Raskin, they're going to be looking up laws, they're going to be looking up faults, they're going to be taking it to Robert. I think Robert is going to be open to this, not because he wants to get Trump out of office, because he wants to stop his thing and killing our country, whether it's Trump or anybody. See what I'm saying? Stop the wheel of getting rid of people.
I think they lose at the Supreme Court. They already have multiple times. I don't think the Supreme Court, if that's where they think they'll have their victory, I don't think that they'll have it there. Now, they might have some other things up their sleeve, or maybe blackmail, but they've failed at the Supreme Court. I don't think they have it at the Supreme Court. I think they're going to go for stopping the certification at the congressional level. They're blackmailed. And so I think that's going to be their strategy. All right, Miss Lou, thank you for the call. Let's go to Karen in California. Karen, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hi. You and the crew, you put together a great program every day. I watch every day. The sets are beautiful. And that's number one. And number two, you are really cooking good tonight. You're stylish.
Well, thank you, Karen. That's very sweet.
Yes, very happy. And happy Halloween to everybody.
All right. And thank you for the call. Anything else?
That's good. Thank you.
All right. We are in a... now we've lost... what is that about light? Where do all the lighters go? No, I'm serious. Is there like an abyss?
Yeah, right.
Lighters just
Be more
disappear
specific.
into? There's a deep abyss somewhere. How are we going to do this? All right. Let's see if we can get this. Let's see if we can reel this. We got 4 minutes left. Somewhere in our dimension, or somewhere in our third dimensional reality, there is a deep, dark abyss where there are millions of lighters, and that's where they go. We don't know we don't know how they get there exactly, but they just disappear into this abyss, and you never see them again. So it just happened here. Why can't this thing go back on? All right, I think we've had success. It took a lot of work. It took a lot of teamwork. And now now we might need some P. Diddy baby oil to get this thing back on. Or maybe it's just a hat. How does this look, guys? What do you think about that? How did it turn out? What do you think? My pumpkin says MAGA. For those of you that were wondering what we're just gonna consider it a hat because we don't have enough Diddy baby oil to jam this thing out of. It's like the lighter situation. It's just the sheer laws of physics. Doesn't even make sense. It came off of there, but it won't go back on. So it's MAGA. Now I have to take, I'm not really a pumpkin carving master, and I had to do what I could in the situation. What do you guys think? Not bad? Not bad. We did. We've got to complete this before we sign off. This thing is smoking now, too. Are pumpkins flammable?
Morning on indoctrinated.
I mean, this thing is really, we're cooking. Yeah, all right. You know what? I don't need the attitude here about my... Yeah, come on in here. Somebody... I have to sit down and talk. I can't get the angle. What if I could even put it into the hat here. It's just a hat on a MAGA pumpkin. All right, yeah, let's see you, pumpkin carving master now. I got to give big ups to Rob Dew. I went to a couple locations to try to get a pumpkin, and they were all out. I couldn't find any pumpkins. It's the Biden economy, Bidenomics. There's no pumpkins anymore. It's all about the angle. It's all about math. And is that physics too? I don't know. You could probably work for SpaceX with this type of mastering of pumpkin carving. Yeah, see? You're going to need some Diddy baby oil. And Rob Dew came through. Shout out to Rob Dew. He found a pumpkin. He found a pumpkin right before the show. I think that's good, right? Rob Dew found the pumpkin right before the show and brought it in so that we could have this wonderful MAGA pumpkin. And we did it. We did it, guys. You know, it kind of looks like a Mongoloid carved it, but we did it. We did it. We got the MAGA pumpkin. We got the candle. We did it, guys. We did it. We did the Halloween broadcast. Big ups. Big ups to everyone in the crew today. Big ups to Rob Dew coming through with the pumpkin. Big ups to everybody in the audience. I hope everybody has a great Halloween tonight. Have some fun with the kiddos. Eat some unhealthy candy if you must. Have a good time. Enjoy yourselves. And when we take this 21-hour break, we will be back tomorrow, and we will get right back into all the big breaking election news. We're in the election right now, ladies and gentlemen. It is on. It is on. Less than a week away. We're almost there. We are in crunch time. The legal fight is on. But I'm feeling good right now. I'm feeling pretty good about things. You have a happy Halloween. We'll see you next month.
We stop pushing pills on people and start pushing the red pill on people, because the red pill is the only drug that can cure this mental illness, that can cure things like gender dysphoria, that can cure things like depression, that can cure things like involuntary celibacy,
fake master
that can cure
selection,
things like racism, that can cure things like World War III itself. The cure to all diseases, all illnesses, is the red pill. And the best place to
does that mean you've already voted, Matt?
Video is Infowars.com/show, is following at Real Alex Jones on Infowars, is going to the AlexJonesStore.com/VIP and signing up for $30 a month to get $40 a month. Hell, it's not even an expense, it's an investment. Practically, buy one shirt a month, you keep us on the air.
I keyed.
If we had 20,000 people for the AlexJonesStore.com/VIP for the Alex Jones VIP Club, we had 20,000 people.
Chili, all right.
Alex Jones will always be on the air.
Mr. DiCastro.
Refer to himself legally as the broadcaster, formerly known as Alex Jones. There's a reason Prince didn't stop making records after his identity was stolen from him. It's because he was so good and he had such a loyal following and fan base that they couldn't shut him down, they couldn't silence him, they couldn't own him, because he had enough support. We need you, just like you need us, just like you need the truth needs you. Please go to the AlexJonesStore.com/VIP. If you buy anything or sign up for anything, do that, because it is going to be forever.
Hey everyone, my name is John. I have been selected this
that's weird.
In the milieu of journalism, or just
No, in my bed at night, and I got attacked while I was asleep with my wife and 4 dogs in the bed and mauled. Physically mauled.
in a spiritual attack by a demon?
Yeah, by a demon. Or by something unseen that left
Is that right?
claw marks on my sides, on my...
So he left physical marks.
Oh, they're still there? Yeah. A year and a half ago.
Was your wife terrified? I know you were.
I wasn't. I was totally confused. I woke up and I just couldn't breathe, and I thought I was going to suffocate, and I walked around outside, and then I walked in, and my wife and dogs had not woken up. They were very light sleepers. And then I had these terrible pains on my rib cage and on my shoulder, and I was just in my boxer shorts, and I went and flipped on the light in the bathroom, and I had 4 claw marks on either side underneath my arms and on my left shoulder. And they're bleeding.
Wait, they were bleeding.
They're bleeding, yeah. No actual claw marks. And I sleep on my side, so I wasn't clawing myself. I don't have long nails. And they didn't fit my hands anyway. But yeah, that happened. So, I'm not from a world where things like that happen. I've never heard of anything like that happening before. I had no idea what that was. I knew it was spiritual immediately.
You did? Okay, that was my question.
Yeah. I don't understand to this day. I'm not going to put it...
You didn't try to refute the spiritual part in your own mind. You went right into the...
Well, it didn't make any sense, and it doesn't now. But I'm not from a, what do they call it, faith tradition that talks about things like that or even acknowledges their existence. Like, there's nothing like that. I've never heard anybody say anything like that in my whole life.
What was the next day like?
Well, the next morning I woke up and I thought, that was the weirdest dream I've ever had. And then I saw blood on my sheets, and I realized that was not a dream at all. So I called my assistant, who was like the only evangelical Christian I know, well enough to call something bizarre like that, totally bizarre like that. And she said, oh yeah, no, that happens. Yeah, people are attacked in their bed by demons. What? What are you even talking about? Yeah. So, I'm not leaving anything out, and I'm not pretending to understand that. I can only say what happened to me, and that did happen to me. And then I was seized with this very intense desire to read the Bible, which I then started without any study aids or anything. I bought a Bible that didn't have it. I'm not interested in editorializing in the Bible. I just want to read it and see what's in there myself. I have very low levels of trust for Christian pastors, most of whom, I'm just not a fan at all. And I'm sorry to say that, but that's how I feel. And so I don't want to hear other people's opinions. I just want to see what's in there. And so I spent a year and a half reading it, then I started rereading it. And it was just a transformative experience for me, but I'm not holding myself out as someone from whom you could get theological advice, because I don't know. I don't understand any of it. But yeah, that happened.
God allowed the demon?
I have no idea what happened. All I know is I was dead asleep with my wife and dogs, and I woke up with claw marks on my rib cage underneath my arms. And it didn't even make sense. My arms were... Anyway, whatever. No one has to believe me. I don't care. But that happened to me. And so I just was like, wow, that's real. Whatever that is, I'm not sure what it is. But
Very real. And so then that presence of that evil launches something.
Okay, absolutely incredible. Tucker Carlson describes being mauled by a demon mid-sleep, saying it left claw marks on my sides. I guess it's confirmed. Tucker Carlson is literally Solomon Kane. I think I've read it on the show before. There's a excerpt. It's like my favorite part of Robert E. Howard, author who created Conan the Barbarian, amongst others. Solomon Kane was one of his characters, who, I think it's in the story Skull in the Stars, fights a living manifestation, a shadowy demon composed of hate and malice. And apparently went after
I don't know if
Tucker
I believe that.
So Tucker Carlson is Solomon Kane. I don't know if I've ever been jealous of somebody being attacked by a demon. Sounds kind of awesome. It sounds like he's been chosen.
I think Jeff Gray's more of a
calling.
much better public face. 1A.
Many of the supplements available at theellisshowstore.com are the latest cutting-edge, highest-rated game changers that have been discovered through research. And that's wonderful. But many of the products there are known, tried-and-true staples like elderberry, just that ours is hike and bottle, then it's some of the best price you'll find anywhere, and your purchase funds operations against the globalists.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
So get your concentrated elderberry, particularly right now in the fall and winter, and you take it as a preventative ahead of time. And what the wives' tales said hundreds of years ago, now with modern science we know it boosts your immune system. It's antiviral. So now, high-quality, ultimate elderberry, scientific name Sambucus, available right now at the Alex Jones store.
He just got a lot more wins, but he's been around a lot longer too.
It's Friday, November 1st, in the year of our Lord 2024. And you're listening to the American Journal with your host, Harrison Smith. Watch it live right now at band.video.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the American Journal. I'm your host, Harrison Smith. We're coming to you live this Friday morning, the 1st of November. Hope everybody had a good Halloween. I think Halloween's one of those holiday that, like, yeah, maybe it's the same with all holidays. I don't know. For me, with Halloween, it's either really good or really bad. Like, it can be amazing. You know, little kids running around getting candy. Like, you're in the right neighborhood. It's festive, and like I said, just, you know, groups of little kids fighting over candy. It can be very fun. Or if you live in a not so great neighborhood, or a neighborhood that's been, well, taken over by people that don't celebrate Halloween, it can be incredibly depressing. Just like where are all the children? Remembering your Halloween in your youth, when you used to run around and there's kids everywhere getting into mischief, and you are walking around, there's like one van full of people that aren't even wearing costumes, just joylessly going around and gathering as much candy as they possibly can, and they're adults. You know, yeah, it can be pretty depressing not living in a high trust society, but that's just the way it is, I guess. We got a lot to talk about today. We have JD Vance on Joe Rogan. We've got yet another scam about Donald Trump, total fraud, that we'll get into, as well as some more election news, some Russian news, of course, and a ton of great videos to get to, including some very questionable ones. We're going to revisit, maybe briefly, but we will revisit the floods in Spain. Take a look at those, as there have been some interesting watercraft right off the coast of Spain just before the weather hit. It was a weather, I'm saying it's a weather weapon. Or is it? It could have been socialism. I'll give you all of the suppositions about what is behind the massive deadly floods in Spain. 158 people now dead there. But the election will be our main topic. We'll take your phone calls, do an open line Friday situation here. But we'll begin today, as we do every day, with our daily dispatch. All right, here it is, folks. Your daily dispatch for Friday, the 1st of November, 2024. White House altered Biden's garbage transcript despite concern from stenographers. The transcript alteration attempted to water down Biden's insult of Trump supporters. Yes, folks, the White House altered the transcript of President Biden's controversial garbage comment despite the concerns of stenographers, Fox News Digital has confirmed. In an email viewed by Fox News Digital, a supervisor sounded the alarm on the White House press office's breach of protocol and spoliation of transcript integrity between the stenography and press offices. If there's a difference in interpretation, the press office may choose to withhold the transcript, but cannot edit it independently, the supervisor wrote in an email. Our stenography office transcript released to our distro, which includes the National Archives, is now different than the version edited and released to the public by the press office staff. That's right, the official White House stenographer wrote down the comment accurately, where Biden very clearly and on video called Trump supporters garbage. Then the press office took it upon themselves to insert an apostrophe and make the outrageous gaslighting claim that he was actually talking about garbage belonging to the supporters. Totally absurd. So now you have an inter-White House conflict with the stenography office calling out the press office and pointing out that the archives are now going to be different than the official press release. But hey, if you're gonna be operating an empire of lies, you're gonna have some mix-ups sometimes. Okay, when your entire governmental apparatus is upheld by the flimsy facade of just outright lies, there's gonna be some inconsistencies there. We're gonna have some things in the archive that are different from what's put out to the public, but that's just the price you pay for living in a world consumed by deception. It's really insane. We'll get back to that and just talk about the overwhelming deception confronting us from every angle. Truly is shocking. Moving on, U.S. weighs NATO allies offered to...
All right, y'all. Thanks for riding with me.
Ukraine. Bipartisan leaders of the U.S.
It's Friday.
Helsinki Commission are pushing...
Peace. Love you guys.
Warsaw's proposed scheme to shoot down Russian missiles.